You know, Detroit football fans have been dialed in on this year's draft since, probably late October or so. The Lions do have 3 picks in the first 34 selections. But this week, the big draft news was about the 2024 edition. We have no idea what picks the Lions will have, but we do know where those picks will be made. The NFL delivers the draft and all that it entails to the city of Detroit. Mike Tirico of NBC Sports was a part of the Detroit pitch to the NFL, and somehow Mike has found the time to join us from Augusta, Georgia, where he's readying for the Masters. Mike, I always assume your calendar looks a little bit like the periodic table, so I'm very tickled to have you on. As someone who was a part of the effort, what was your reaction when you heard?
I think all of us were thrilled, Devin. I guess my place in this conversation about the draft goes really back to being a part of the Detroit Sports Commission, which brings together a lot of folks who are around the sports industry in Metro Detroit. And I mean representatives of every pro sports team, representatives of the colleges as well, the folks from Rocket, among others, industry leaders from a variety of big companies in Metro Detroit, all together to try to help spread the word nationally of how Detroit is a great place to host a sporting event, and what a great city that we have. Now, last week, or really 2 weeks ago now, people might remember the NCAA Wrestling Championships were downtown. A tremendous event for Detroit, and an event I think that was really valuable for everyone around the country to see what a great host we can be. This has been building for a while with the draft. Full credit to everyone in the Lions organization, starting with Sheila Fordham, on down to Rod Wood, team president, and all the way through. They're the ones who really made this go, but a lot of support from those of us who are part of the Detroit Sports Commission. And the great news from the commissioner this week that the NFL world will be coming to us in the spring of 2024.
You are far too good of an egg, of course, to take too much credit for anything. But I just had to, I was sitting there thinking, well, one of the most prominent broadcast faces of the NFL is urging the NFL to do something. I don't imagine that was lost on them.
I don't take much credit for anything, especially things that happen at the NFL level. I think this is full credit to the Lions for sure. And then everybody who has been working on the sports commission. We meet 4 or 5 times a year, and everyone gets behind every effort that is out there, whether it's the Rocket Mortgage Classic or NCAA events that are coming. We know what this city can be all about, and to help spread the word, because it's not just come have your event here. There are financial situations involved. There is an underpinning for hotel rooms. A variety of different things are needed for folks to say, hey, let's come have our event in your city. And it's a great amount of teamwork that really also comes back to the city of Detroit as well as the Convention and Visitors Bureau. So it's nice to play on a team like that.
Oh, no doubt. Now, a lot of these events, when they get bid out, there is such a long window. Look at how long it'll be before the U.S. Open arrives back at Oakland Hills. This is a pretty quick turnaround. And so the things that you're talking about, hotel rooms is always a big worry for these kind of locations. What does Detroit need to do, or is there something that Detroit really needs to be focusing on over these next 2 years to be ready?
Well, I think it's the support and the planning from everyone involved. And that's one thing with so many people involved in this bid and so many helping that I think we'll see. It needs to be an entire effort from the area, because it will be hotel rooms beyond the city of Detroit. We'll see the suburbs involved, as we often do, because we don't have right now the hotel rooms downtown that I think we need to be a long-term player for some of these big events. But we have shown that this can work. So it's going to work. But I think it's supporting the variety of folks in the community, the restaurants and bars downtown, the businesses who are going to get behind this and help. This is a chance for America to see Detroit. Look, the draft, Devin, has become massive. I'm old enough now that I broadcast the first day 2 of the draft back in the early 90s. It was in a hotel ballroom in New York on a weekday afternoon. Now it's Thursday night in primetime, Friday night in primetime. And then all day Saturday. It's 32 teams. And, you know, Devin, one advantage we have as a city that I don't think all of us in Metro Detroit realize often enough is how good our airport is and how it really helps us in a situation like this have a centralized location. What do I mean? 7 or 8 teams, their fans are about a 5-hour drive from us. Fans in Buffalo or Pittsburgh or Chicago and Cleveland and all of those teams, right? So you have that. And then you have the airport where, and I find this out with Sunday Night Football, we are a direct flight from Metro Detroit to every NFL city. So the draft, if you look at the last few years, the event in Philadelphia, in Chicago, what it's going to look like in a few weeks in Vegas, it's a destination for fans during the off season, for football fans to hang out, root for their team, and watch the draft. And I think we're going to see a ton of people from out of town come experience Detroit. So back to your question, if all of us are ready with great hospitality and the restaurants downtown and all in Metro Detroit show everyone a good time, people will want to come back, and then these big events will come back. So this is a huge opportunity for everyone to see, whether it's the ease of travel or how fun our downtown has become, that we can be a great destination as well for everyone's enjoyment, not just something like the draft or another championship sporting event.
But it is, Mike, nuts. It's a draft. It used to be done with a bunch of guys in a smoky room, hanging, with one phone in each ear. And it's either, yes, it says something about the NFL's ability to market itself, that it's turned this into something that people want to watch and attend. It also says a lot about our love affair with football, doesn't it?
It does, Devin. I thought one of my friends received a promotion within the NFL this week when we were at the owners' meetings, and I congratulated him. And he said, well, I have a great job in the biggest entertainment vehicle in our country. And that's what the NFL has become.
Yeah.
Think of the number of people that watch the NFL on TV, not just here on Local 4 for Sunday Night Football, but all across the dial, all week, Thursdays, Saturdays now with the late season games, Sundays, Monday nights. The league has generated more interest in its off season than most sports do during their regular season. So it tells you the power of the NFL. And that's why I think as we watch the Lions, you watch them get the nod to have Hard Knocks this year. Mm-hmm. I think that's a big deal because Dan Campbell is very telegenic. He gives great sound bites. The behind the scenes on this team is going to allow the fans here to maybe reconnect with the Lions a little bit. Look, the product hasn't been good on the field. Yep. Everybody there knows it. But you're going to connect with this young team that's getting better, that is hungry. And I think that's important because you're going to get people cycling back into the stadium. And that doesn't just help the Lions. That helps all the businesses downtown. You know it. Our downtown was in such a good space when COVID hit because it was going in the right direction. The energy was there. And the momentum for the world stopped with COVID. But when you can start thinking about getting those 9 Sundays plus a couple of preseason games of 50, 55, 60,000 downtown and having a great time, then people come back when there's not a game. So hopefully the power of the NFL can help the power of downtown Detroit and the continued regrowth of the city as well.
Last question I want to ask you, Mike. You're like me. You did not grow up here. You're not a native Michigander, but you've now lived here longer than you've ever lived anywhere else in your life. So I guess that makes us Michiganders now. But we've all enjoyed you sort of embracing your connection now to the place, and you really have grown attached to it, haven't you?
I love it. I am downriver by marriage. My wife grew up in Trenton, and my in-laws still live down that way. And I just love Metro Detroit. I love the people. I love the pride that we all have in anything that is Michigan or anything Detroit. And Devin, I'm traveling around the country, and you see somebody with an Old English D ball cap on, and immediately you smile, you say hi. It feels like, for me, like my Syracuse, my alma mater. I see somebody in Syracuse, I say something to them. You feel the same way about Detroit. Whether it's going up north or going downtown or in the suburbs, there's some connection I think we all have of a very special place. It's where our kids are born, it's where our kids were raised. We love living here. We're going to be here a long time. And I'm really thankful that everyone here has welcomed our family as much as we've welcomed Detroit as part of our lives.
Well, it's a big part of why we have such pride in watching what you do, from the Olympics to the Super Bowl to everything else. Mike, thanks so much for the time. Enjoy the Masters, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Same here. We'll do this in person next time, not with a door hinge behind me in some closet in Augusta. So I look forward to seeing you. Keep up the great work. Local 4 is one of the best NBC affiliates in the country.
We appreciate
that. And it's because of you and Kimberly and what everybody does on the air. So keep up the great work.
Thanks so much, Mike.